Alright, man. And I was supposed to do this a couple days ago when I did my update vlog, but what are you gonna do? But I finally got the apartment to myself, so not for long, but figured I'd do this now. So I wanted to talk to y'all about the remake that is Silent Hill 2. And all the, like, not so much chatter about it, because, like, okay, let me tell you how this started, right? So this started because I was looking around, I think I was on Reddit, and I was on the Silent Hill community on there, r/Silent Hill, and somebody had posted an article from, it was either Rely on Horror or it was IGN Norrent. Or was it something else? Either way, it was an article about somebody's online magazine, and they were talking about Bloober Team promises that not Resident Evil. Jesus, I'm all over the damn map right now. That Silent Hill 2 remake is going to be good. And I was just talking to my best friend about this because I'm like, I'm not, let me just openly state, I am not team, oh, this is going to fucking suck, fuck this game, and Konami needs to eat my ass. I'm not in that camp. I'm actually not particularly, I'm not mad. I'm not even disappointed. I am more like, I don't know. Because, like, I don't know, man. So, I read the article. I do not remember it because now it's been like multiple days. And you know how old people are and they don't remember shit. So, I was just looking and they were like, no, Bloober Team said it's going to be good and they have some surprises in store. And my best friend, she's like, unless they do a shot-for-shot remake, I don't know how good it's going to be. I'm like, I'm okay with some artistic license so long as it makes sense. Like, they're not just doing random shit for the sake of doing random shit. That they're just, I don't know, that they take the appropriate artistic license. You know what I'm saying? They're not making dumb fucking, like, Pyramid Head doesn't just pop up soon as you get out of the cemetery sequence with Angela. If they did that kind of thing, I think I would just be angry. I would just be like, oh, what the fuck, y'all? Oh. But here's where I'm coming from. So, as we all know, Bloober Team is the one that's doing the remake for Silent Hill 2. And I thought I wasn't acquainted with Bloober Team, but apparently I am. Bloober Team did The Medium, which I did not watch, but I watched people talk about The Medium. But the one game they did do that I do know that they've done that I did watch was the Blair Witch game that came out like 2 or 3 years ago. And I was like, oh, them people, huh, okay. And I remember the Blair Witch game started solid. I was with them. I was with that man and his dog, and I was just like, okay, we're with you. We're looking for this kid. It's gonna be something. I'm with you, man. And then by the middle of the game, it was like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is going on? And I never could figure out, like, what was going on. Then they had that dude. I'm thinking his name was Lester, but his name wasn't Lester. It was something. He was, like, in the woods, and he was, like, the killer. But, like, one of the endings, like, you could turn into that dude or something. And then, like, by the end, it was just, like, why? What the fuck? Why? And what the fuck? So, okay. I cannot remember the plot. I just remember a man went into the woods. A man with PTSD from some war went into the woods to look for this missing kid. People were telling him, don't go in the woods looking for this kid because you know you're not stable. And then, like, then Lester or whatever his name was got in it some kind of way. And he was, like, killing people on the behalf of the Blair Witch. And, like, there was, like, this like, sawmill and I don't know. It was a lot happening. And then by the middle act, I was just like, okay, this is kind of falling off. And by the end, it completely fell off and died. A tragic grease-fired induced death. And it was like, oh God. So, and then I'm still not over the fact that the dog fucked off to some girl named Shannon's house. They found the dog in Shannon's house. Who the fuck was Shannon? I am never going to get past that. Because I was like, who the fuck was Shannon and why did the dog fuck off to Shannon's house? Independent of that, I'm just like, oh, it's these people. So this could go any number of ways. And my problem with it is when I watch people talk about the medium, they said the same thing. Like, it started solid, but then by the middle, people were like, what is happening? And then by the end, it was just like, oh. Like, a real hard, oh. Y'all know y'all could have not did that, right? It was like, oh. And this is what has me concerned about Silent Hill 2 Remake. And it's just like, I told my best friend when we were talking about this, I was like, I feel for Bloober Team because you are undertaking probably one of the most difficult games to remake. Not only do the majority of people know the damn storyline to Silent Hill 2, but it's a game people, like, you want to talk about somebody dying on a hill, they will die on the Silent 2 hill. So, like, I truly feel for Bloober Team because they literally have their work cut out for them. You can't do a shot for shot because it's not gonna translate well. It's just not gonna go. Not that it's not gonna translate well. It's not gonna go over well. You're gonna have to take some artistic license, but you can't take so much artistic license that it just falls to pieces. I don't know how they're gonna do this successfully. It's almost an impossibility to redo a Silent Hill 2 game because you have fan expectation through the roof. And you have a very good, very, like, solid psychological horror story. Like, I was scared of the dark for a silent fucking week messing around with Silent Hill 2. And that was the first one I saw, because I watched all the Silent Hills out of order, because I was like a hardcore Resident Evil. I was like, I'm only for Resident Evil. I don't mess with those other horror games. Boy, did I had to eat crow after coming to terms with how wonderful Silent Hill 2 was. And that was the first one I saw. So I just went, I think I watched 2, then 1, then 3. No, 2, then 1, then 4, then 3. I watched them all out of sequence. And I remember Silent Hill 4 scaring me, but like more like a tarantula with a gun is crawling up your arm. And it was just like, oh, it was like that kind of feeling. Silent Hill 3, I liked it, but I didn't love it. And then Silent Hill 1, which is really, really odd. I remember being like, what is going on? I don't understand what is happening here. So yeah, but I really wish Bloober Team had decided to do them in order of like coming out instead of going for the big gun. It's like you're not just going for the big, you're going for the rocket launcher, and I don't know that you can handle a Derringer. So I don't know, man. I don't want to talk shit because it very well could be surprisingly good. I'm really hoping for Bloober Team's sake because I know these kids gonna be out here wilding, and if their game is any kind of fucked up, y'all gonna piss off a whole shitload of people. And Konami don't really, people are already real bad at Konami, and I'm sure it's like, why remake Silent Hill 2? You should have just did PT. I'm sure they will never touch PT because of the bad blood between Konami and Kojima. And I still say that if you've never played a Kojima game, yeah, it would have been good, but that man desperately needs an editor. He desperately needs somebody to keep him tethered, because if he doesn't, you're talking to a woman who sat through 10 fucking plus hours of cutscenes for Metal Gear Solid 4. It was not a fun ride. It was terrible. So that's what, and if you've ever, I couldn't even get through Eat Standing. Or Death Stranding, I call it Eat Standing. I couldn't even get through that, so no. But I'm saying, if you've never played a Kojima game, it's long. It's real long, and the cutscenes are super fucking long, and it was going to be good, but it was going to be long. It was going to be weird and scary, but it was going to be a slog through with a shitload of cutscenes. So I don't know if we dodged a bullet or missed out on a masterpiece, but it was probably going to be both. Like, what the fuck? You sitting through, like, I'm sitting through a 15-minute cutscene. What the shit? But it would have still been good. However, neither here nor there. I don't think they'll ever touch PT because of the bad blood between Kojima and Konami. But I'm just fearful that Bloober Team is going to be a typical Bloober Team situation where it starts solid, then somewhere in the middle it starts falling apart, and then by the end you're like, oh. And I'm just hoping it doesn't end that way, because I don't want to know how mad them fucking kids gonna be. They are going to be on a warpath, and I'm not getting in the way of that. I love Silent Hill 2, but I'm not willing to die on the Silent 2 hill. It's like, I'm just gonna be like, well, I can always go back to the original, but I ain't fucking with that Bloober Team joint. But I don't know. We'll see. But they were like, we promise it's gonna be good. You cannot promise that. You can't even offer that as a possibility because too many people love it. And you got a long fucking road to hoe. And like, I get that this was a cash grab on Konami's part, but start small and then shoot for the stars. See what you do with the first game's remake and then go for 2. They didn't remake Resident Evil 2 first. They remade Resident Evil 1 and it took them like 10-15 years to remake 2. That's what you should have did. But whatever, I guess. So we'll see. But I'm saying, you're gonna make, you fuck this up. You're gonna have some angry ass motherfuckers. And I don't know what to tell you. So that is all I have. And we will see. I don't know when that's coming around, but I'm very curious about it. I think I might watch the trailer for it again. But like, I remember glimmers of the trailer, but I was kind of confused. Like, why the fuck did they remake this and not the first game? The first game, I think, really should have been remade, because I just remember being real confused watching the first game. But whatever. So I will talk to y'all at another point, okay? Later.